That's right, and this is the electric play of the week, presented by Chevrolet.
The tying runs are on again. And now, Whit Merrifield coming to the plate.
The 0-2. Out to left center field. Hayes racing after it. Dives! Oh, what a play by Austin Hayes! Austin Hayes, how do you do? We've seen 4 outstanding plays, but this might be the best one of the bunch. No way anybody's getting it, but there is Austin Hayes. Lays out.
It's a bird, it's a plane, it's Austin Hayes.
Yeah, Austin Hayes doing it out in the field, and he did it again last night, robbing Chas McCormick of a home run. He also went deep. Astros Orioles a little bit later this afternoon right here on MLB Network. Austin, thank you very much for joining us. How would you describe the pride you take in your defense?
Hey, good morning, guys. Thanks for having me on. I know Pete Rose talked about it a long time ago, something that stuck with me that I heard when I was little. He said that offense and defense are 2 totally different entities. One should never affect the other, so that's something I've always tried to take pride in, no matter how I'm hitting or how things are going offensively. A lot of times it's totally out of your control. It's 9 versus 1 when you're up there in the box. So you go out on defense, all that goes away, and you're just locked in on trying to make a play for your team and your pitcher.
Wow,
Oh, I love that.
What an answer.
That's good.
Every time we have outfielders on, everyone gives a different answer. We had Harrison Bader on. He said, every time the ball's hit to me, I take 1 step back and then I reassess. Is there something, because we have so many kids watching, is there something you think about when the ball is hit to you right away?
Good question.
I think a big part of being a good outfielder is knowing what you need to do before the play happens. So knowing your outs, knowing where the runners are, the speed of the runner, just all those things that come into play, and just not being surprised by anything that happens, just trying to anticipate as much as you possibly can. So I think that's probably the biggest thing about just being prepared in the outfield.
Hey, Austin, it's Dan O'Dowd. I think every player at the big league level has a unique story unto its own. And I've read your background, and you have just a great story, but I really would like you to share with us the impact your grandpa had on you growing up. And I even think your tattoo has what he always used to tell you every time you were in his presence when you'd walk away from him. So if you could share that with us, I think it's a pretty cool story.
Yeah, thanks, Dan. That is a cool story. It hits home close to me. I do have a tattoo on my arm that says, "Keep your eye on the ball. It's baseball with wings." It's just something that I wanted to put on my body to always have them close to me. And both my parents, they worked when I was growing up. So my grandparents on my mom's side lived across the street from us. So we spent a lot of time with them, just basically until my parents would get home from work. And at a young age, baseball became my grandpa and I's thing. You know, that was our hobby. He would throw me acorns. He'd make me all kinds of weighted bats. He'd take PVC pipe and put concrete in it. He'd put rocks in it with sand. I'd swing a little mini rebar for a heavy bat, hitting acorns, and he'd sit behind an L screen, have a 5-gallon bucket of the little mini wiffle balls that I actually got from the Cal Ripken experience. So those probably lasted about 6 or 7 years before they finally rotted out and started exploding every time I would hit them. But I'd say around when I was 9 or 10, he started saying, "Keep your eye on the ball." Anytime I would leave to go somewhere. So instead of saying "I love you" or "I love you too," he would always just say, "Keep your eye on the ball." And that was more than baseball. It was just kind of just our standard of life. Just always stay focused and have a goal for everything every day. And it's just something that always carried on. So he started saying that to my sister and my cousin, and they didn't play baseball. So it was just something that kind of stuck with the family.
No, that's great. Awesome. Great story.
All right, you're having, obviously, team success strewn throughout, but I want you to take me. You're in center field behind the wall. It's about to open. You're about to run out, and you're going to be a AL All-Star starter. What's going through your head standing back there before they open that up?
Well, they had some crazy lights going on down there, so it was kind of like the tunnel was enclosed, and I was ready to just get out there so that I could open everything back up. But I think I ended up running down the wrong side. high-fived all the National League kids, and I left the American League kids on the left side hanging, so everybody gave me a hard time about that. But
Do you
yeah,
have a
I was just
moment,
really
though?
excited.
Crazy.
Yeah, I was just really excited. I think the moment that like really sank in was when I got to the dugout and then I ran out there to start the game. And right before the first pitch was thrown, I just kind of tried to soak that moment in and look around and just realize what was going on and how special that was. So I'd say that was probably the moment when I was jogging out there from the dugout into center field.
I love the All-Star game for a lot of reasons, but one of the many of the reasons is because it is a family accomplishment in a lot of ways. And your family was close with you in Seattle on the red carpet. And then I believe, yeah, there you are. You've got your little ones there. And then we also have a photo. You had your children's name on the bat that you used there at the All-Star game. How special was that?
Yeah, it was great. I love the All-Star game experience. I've always loved the home run derbies. I watched those growing up. So I don't think I could have handled both kids down there during the home run derby. One of them would have ended up probably out there behind Rutsch's dad during the derby. But I got to bring Levi down there with me, who's my oldest. And just all the stuff that I saw on TV growing up with dads and their sons on the sideline. You bring in Gatorade and a towel to whoever's hitting in the derby that's on your team. Just getting to share that moment with my youngest son, even if he doesn't remember it. You know, we have pictures of it, and that's always going to be in my heart forever. And we had a guy from our team hitting in the derby, so I got to be his towel boy. Levi got to be his water boy. It was cool.
Austin, where the heck did you get the shirt you're wearing, and how do we get one?
The guys over at Breaking Tea sent me a message the other day, asked if I would be interested in some of the T-shirts that they had for guys on the team. So they had one for Cedric, they had one for me, they had a bird bath one, like all the parts of home run celebrations, and there was one other one too. It was like an Old Bay Adley Rutschman T-shirt. So they sent a couple.
Hey, speaking of outfits and garments, we want to get your take on this look that some of your teammates were rocking. It looked like they were searching for the Continuum Transfunctioner from Dude, Where's My Car? What did you make of this look here, Austin?
Yeah, we had all kinds of takes on this. We had Teletubbies, Power Rangers, Cheetah Girls, the look from Dude, Where's My Car? I think it's already caught on in Camden Yards, too, because I saw a group of like 14, 15-year-olds that they all came rocking the same outfit. They might have looked better than Mountie and the crew. I liked Mountie's the best. I think he could just probably wear that out in public. He looked pretty solid in his.
Austin, our co-host thinks he nailed the Baltimore accent. Give him a taste of it and tell us what you think of this accent and how similar it is to people who live in Baltimore. Go ahead.
Austin, do you want some home fries with that, hun?
He's not going to know what you're doing.
I think if you would have put a Wooder in there.
Wooder.
That's a bit. Wooder.
Good one.
Wooder.
Well,
yeah.
I'll be sure to add that.
Yeah, if you get the two O's in water, then that really nails the Baltimore accent.
Austin, you guys can win the World Series this year. I truly believe that. Do you think the guys in your clubhouse believe that?
Yeah, I definitely think so. Our team is so well-rounded. We're playing really good defense right now. Our pitching staff continues to get better and better. What Bradish and Dean have done, this past month and a half, they've been so good for us. They're just giving the offense a chance to just build momentum throughout games. They're throwing a lot of strikes, and our bullpen was already really solid coming into this year, and they've been even better this year. And then it just seems like every week there's a new guy that's getting hot and carrying the team. It's been like that, the entire season. So if somebody's not feeling well or, not feeling too good at the plate, the next man up just picks them up. And we've kind of had that, not 1 through 9, but 1 through 14 mentality the entire season. Like, who's it going to be today that steps up and wins it for us? So I think that's what makes our team so special and so good, and what makes us believe we can take it all the way to the end.
Nice. What are you having for breakfast?
I went with 2 chocolate chip pancakes.
Ooh, I like that.
Scrambled eggs.
Oh, you're me.
2 pieces of sausage, 2 pieces of toast, and I had a lot of watermelon
Links
this
or
morning.
patties?
Links, unless it's
Patties.
yeah.
Patties.
If I'm gonna go breakfast, if I'm gonna go breakfast bagel, I want a patty.
Exactly.
If I'm just going regular assorted breakfast, I'm going with the Lynx.
Can't have
Man.
links on
Yeah,
a bake.
There you
definitely.
go.
That's-
Hey, Austin, thanks for
Everyone
giving us a
knows
little bit
that.
of your time. I know, before the game, you guys are busy, so we appreciate it very much. Best of luck to you and the Orioles the rest of the way.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Thanks,
You got
Austin.
it.